Alright. God, that sounds even more cheesy than "How is everybody doing?" Sounds like a really bad YouTuber. Okay, here's the situation. I was worried about Ambon. Ambon is done. He didn't... he chickened out. He went away. So he's nowhere to be found. So we're just using the Catalinas to evacuate the troops and for naval search. And all of these guys are going to Darwin. Hooray! So Darwin is actually getting into a semi kind of sort of fortress. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let's go point by point. Okay, point one, meet up with big convoy to Dutch harbor in San Fran. Well, self-explanatory. I am making a convoy to Dutch harbor because my destroyers here and patrol boats are not finding any submarines. I am moving them to San Francisco, and I will dole them out as escorts. And this convoy, once it loads up in a day or two, is going to get a substantial escort of destroyers. All this small shit here is already... Oh wow, it's already here. It's already unloading or en route to unloading. So what do we have here? We have construction battalion, fantastic. So right, and we got 1% of airfield built. So we have 0%, zero airfield. So no, we cannot use planes in Dutch harbor at all. Remember, it's December. So it's winter time, so it's gonna take forever and more, and plus a few days to do anything, even in airports. So blah. Moving on. Yeah, retiring all DDs into San Fran, refuel, and some that we'll go with convoy, and I will make convoys now with escorts because that's good practice. Even though I didn't see any submarines here. Osthaven, I keep talking about it and I keep forgetting about it, and this guy got torpedoed. And he's carrying a garrison. He's carrying some troops. God damn it. We are going to move 2 task forces. One task force is going to meet him and escort him. The other task force is going to go here and patrol the gap, for fuck's sake, and maybe get this goddamn Blixen. Okay? Malaya. That's a joke. Escape north with tea drinkers. I made the troops in Malaya here. Not to follow one guy, but to do a move, and just all of them are moving separately, because I read on the forum that if one guy is bombed, then he switches to combat, and if all of them are following this guy, one guy, they switch to combat and they move really slowly. So it's an issue. Kota Baru is going to get invaded soon. So whatever, there's nothing I can do. This is shallow water anyway, so my subs will probably get pasted anyway. Since we're here, there's a destroyer here, hooray, which was repaired in Singapore, and he's making a run at full speed. And surprise, surprise, we have another destroyer here, Electra, which survived the slaughter at Mersing, and it's gonna take 1 day to get him ship shape and ready to sail, and we're gonna sail him to either Batavia or Surabaya. So that's good news. So we got 2 destroyers. What else? Suva was scouted by enemy torpedo bomber. That scares the shit out of me. I'm assuming... Where the hell is Suva? Suva! Here it is. It's Fiji Islands, and here's Suva. So we have... Oh, hello. We are already unloading these guys. Right, so we have tons of shit here. We are unloading them. Let's get the reinforcements going too. So everybody's at rest, and engineers are combat, and we have substantial forces here. We have 50, well, substantial. We have 1,500 infantry, which is good. It's more than we had before, and we're gonna make Suva into a fortress. We are already building airfield and building fortifications, per the usual. So make Suva into a fortress. We have subs repairing in Manila, and they are alive. Holy shit, the Kido Butai and all these freaking carriers have moved on. And guess what? We have submarines here. And it's only gonna take 7 days. They might survive and live. And once they are repaired, I will make Surabaya their base of operations, and well, their base, and I will move them to Japan to sink some shit in revenge. So that's good news. We have a couple submarines in Manila. Buffalo fighters, I noticed they were getting really tired, and what happened was I discovered that when I recombined the units, because one was in Sabang and another part of it was in Singapore, so when I recombined them and moved some from Sabang into Singapore and vice versa, their tiredness went down substantially. So dividing air squadrons is bad news. It's bad news. It is. It just tires them more quickly, it looks like. China AVG check. We were flying over Kwangchouan, so we got some guys shut down here, enemy guys actually. And now we're on stand down. We are on stand down, basically just cap 40%, rest 60%, because we have fatigue of 12%. God damn it, they tire quickly, especially on long range cap. So it's a stand down, and we don't have much here. It's just some MTBs without any torpedoes, and walruses and wildebeest without torpedoes. So just for funsies, we set up Haiphong raid. Again, we're gonna raid Haiphong, maybe get a hit, maybe burn some fuel. That would be nice. So that's just for funsies, just for fun. Singapore, already talked about it. Look at the troops defending Lae. Oh yeah, Lae. Hello, geography lesson. Lae is close to the east coast of Australia. And there's an invasion going. And how many troops do we have defending? 5. No, this is not like a strength of the unit. This is how many troops we have. Because these 5 guys, for some reason, our airplanes did not want to pick them up. And I set them to troop movement to Port Moresby, and those 5 guys did not want to evacuate. Maybe they have some native wives here and they just said, fuck you, we're not moving. So now they're gonna defend Lae, all 5 of them. But speaking of Lae, we have withdrawn B-17s. They're based in Cairns now. Do we have any in Townsville? No. We have them based in Cairns. And we moved some Hudsons. Well, not many. Well, actually 10, so it's quite a few. And we're away. So we're gonna do something approaching a airstrike on Lae, some on ground troops, some on naval attack. We're gonna see what we can do. Whether, well, let's show here. Weather dependent. Well, it's partly cloudy, so it's not bad. So we might get some things going, especially since I noticed that it wasn't Rabaul guys, and actually I moved them. It wasn't Rabaul guys flying the missions. It was guys from here, from Port Moresby, flying the missions. So we have some substantial forces here. Well, substantial for allies in 1941, December 1941. Substantial air assets which are gonna execute this airstrike. And I have some hopes here that we're gonna beat the shit out of these guys, because we already have some bombs in, and some are on fire, and there weren't that many ships here. So they're still unloading troops, so let's get those guys. Meanwhile, we have stuff going into Port Moresby, and of course making airfield and fortifying the place. So, and we are having convoys into Port Moresby. One is going to Horn Island. There is a submarine here. Oh god, why did I say it? Now I smell disaster. But maybe it shot its torpedoes away because it sunk a ship or two or a couple of ships. Maybe it went away. Where's this guy going? He's going to Townsville. Okay, so what else before I lose my train of thought, if I had any? Yeah, trying for big strike. We have B-17s, we have Warraways, Hudson's, already talked about it. We already do have a convoy going to Numea. So one we already unloaded in Fiji land, which is Suva, already showed it. Where are you? Here. So we're already unloading these guys. The port sucks, but look at this, only 79 supply left, so we have tons of troops here. Well, for December 16, 1941, tons of troops. Some are going to Numea, where we're gonna again make a base. This is my secondary line of resistance alongside Australia. To keep the this area will compete for it because we need it to supply Australia. And we're not going to give up Australia for sure. So after Port Moresby is not going to fall. After Singapore falls, and our very disgusted with the command British troops were marching to and fro, first to Singapore and now north. They have no idea what's going on, and neither does the commander-in-chief, namely Uncle Timo. Once all this is murderized by the Japanese and executed with using the stroke to the neck technique, they are going to move somewhere else. So I'm assuming they will concentrate on Palembang and Java and Dutch East Indies in this area. And after that, is it going to be India or Australia or none of the above? I don't know. There's nothing in the Pacific, so we have a free hand in the Pacific. There's some small forces happening here. Where are you going, buddy? Oh, he's going by Rabaul. Okay, so he's gonna patrol here and see what happens. Remember, Manus was already taken away from us, and yeah. So we are not really defending Rabaul nor Kavieng. Our commandos, morale 90, experience 90. These are fucking awesome troops. Even though there's only 100 of them. I mean, there's 100 guys there. What do you expect to do? The plan is kind of sneaky. We're gonna sneak them to Namatanai and hunker down, and hopefully we won't be found out. And then we're gonna march to Kavieng and coordinate it with some airstrikes and maybe even a carrier force and bombing strike and maybe even a surface attack. And we're gonna set them to attack and see if we can fuck them up a little bit, especially if he only leaves, say, an engineer unit there. Could happen. We don't know. Well, it's really marzenie ściętej głowy. If you're Polish, you understood. If you're English, you can get my sentiment by the inflection of the tone in my voice. Inflection of the voice that I said. It's a long shot, but I mean, I want these guys to kind of live. We might evacuate them using the air method, which is what I'm doing. Which is what I'm doing everywhere. So Operation Evacuate Everything is good. Is going on. It's in its final stages. So we evacuated all of these places. We also got lots of fuel, and this fuel is going to Perth and or Darwin from all of these places. So yeah, we're gonna leave as little for the Japanese as we can. That's just the way I roll. What else do we have to talk about? Okay, found 2 squadrons of Hudsons in Kiwiland, and we're talking actual Kiwiland, not Fiji, but Kiwiland, which is New Zealand. Hello. I actually found 2 squadrons which are training, so I got enough political points to move one to Numea, and the other one is going to move to Numea soon, maybe train it a little bit more, and we're going to get some ASW force going, and this should help keep the bastard submarine heads down. If they're diving from airplanes, discovering them, then they cannot attack our ships as effectively. So that's good. And then we can use them also to defend this area if he's brazen enough to go for some naval invasion. So is that it? Game is annoying. Example, King Scotta. Jesus, is this necessary? Jesus, is this necessary? Really, Gary Grigsby? This is King Scott. It's a base. There's a goddamn RAF base here, okay? He's got support and everything. So we basically made a little convoy here. We're going to load them up and going to get them to Adelaide. And of course, they didn't pick them up yet because there's not enough space. So we're going to move them to Adelaide and then move them back again, unless I forget, and get these guys away to Adelaide, combine the troops, and then move them somewhere useful like, I don't know, this area. So, let's see. Right, and the strategic plan is XXX. It might happen soon. Okay, because I need to talk about this. We finally got destroyers, long-range destroyers into Balboa, which is Panama. So we made a convoy with this Trenton light cruiser, and he's going straight to San Diego. He's going to combine with Saratoga he's gonna go with Saratoga to Aussie land. And the plan is, if everything goes according to plan, we have Enterprise, which is repairing here. It's gonna take 14 days. So once he gets all repaired and everything is ship shape, we're gonna get lots of destroyers, and we're gonna go to Aussie land, and we're gonna combine them into a task force, and we're gonna compete. We're gonna compete in this area, well, especially this area. In Australia, we are going to make a nuisance of ourselves, because I imagine he's gonna go. He seems methodical, so he's gonna go to the Dutch East Indies, which is this area. He's gonna get Philippines, then he's gonna get Dutch East Indies, and we're gonna move the airplanes around, especially if he doesn't have air cover, and try to bomb the snot out of him, if possible. Right, and we already did all the mines we could in this area. I'm wondering if there's a special way to do mining, because right, we do have torpedo ordnance and support, because I did lots of mining all over the place, and all of these ports, well, most of these ports are mined up the wazoo. Troops, yeah, we were moving the troops. So now I moved the mine layers into Surabaya, and surprise, I cannot make any more mines. So, well, whatever. We did like 3 or 4. Each ship did 3 or 4 mining runs into different ports. So I already got some messages that something was hit, and I believe it was mines. So good. Every little bit helps. So yeah, these guys are dead. Anyway, anything else to talk about? No, that's it. We're gonna move to Noumea with Saratoga Marines, artillery, engineers, and supplies, and it's gonna be a big convoy protected by my Lady Sarah and lots of all these destroyers and everything. So he's not in this region at all. So we have free hand to reinforce everything and fortify everything and get ready. The only thing that scared me was I got a report, and let's do operational report. Unlike Harplongt, I don't have naked ladies here. God damn it, I need naked ladies here. Anyway, I'm gonna read it later. There's 3 Japanese ships. What kind? It could be freaking motor torpedo boats. Thanks, Ghostwater. Anyway, Pao Tau is occupied by allies. That's hilarious. Let's show it, actually. I did not have a counteroffensive going, or I did actually. Yeah, I actually moved my guys here because this is the first Chinese offensive of the war. He actually retreated because this place was occupied by the Japanese. I think it's desert. What the hell is this place? Oh, it's mountain. Okay, so it's defensible. So let's pull some supplies here. Let's build some fortifications. And this was the first Chinese offensive of the war, everybody. We actually got Pao Tau by the enemy withdrawing and we moving in. So he actually, kudos to my opponent, he actually noticed this and withdrew his units post-haste into Kuei Sui. So value to allies 6, value to Japan 2, and this place is value to allies... Okay, this is a 0 base, so it's not worth it. But anyways, big success! Yeah, where's this guy going? It's 2 core. He's moving to 1941. Oh, this guy's not moving anywhere. Okay, fantastic. So we actually cut the road here, and it's not helping at all, I think. But whatever. The thing is, the supplies are actually kind of sort of okay. We're using Chinese Air Force bombers to move supplies to here, and then from here to here. And it's freaking working, everybody! It's my bombers flying supply is actually freaking working, looks like. So, I don't know. I mean, the supply situation in China looks okay, unless I have too few troops here. Where are you moving? Where are you moving? Buddy. Okay, I guess I'm shuffling troops to get the continuous front going. But, yeah. I think these guys are gonna cut the road, and these guys are already cutting the road. I don't know. I'm trying economic warfare. I'm assuming if you cut the freaking road, the supplies are not flowing because our Chinese guys are intercepting them, right, Gary Grigsby? I mean, that's how war works, right? Right. So we'll see what happens. Oh my God, this was a long video. Holy shit! I was supposed to. This was supposed to be a very small one. Anyway, that's it. All right. Everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.